Delicious, divine, divine, divine. Welcome back to the Jamaican Taste Buds Kitchen. My name is Aisha, and today, guys, I got a very delicious dish for you. Today I'll be making some brown stew fish. I've loved this dish since I was a child. I'll be pairing it with some turned cornmeal, which that's part 2. So you gotta stay tuned next week to see how I make that simple turned cornmeal. Guys, so if you wanna know how I put the flavor of love into my dishes, stay tuned for more. Guys, remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment on my video and tell me what you think about my dish today. Okay guys, so these are what I'll be using for my brown stew fish. I got 3 nice large snappers over here. I got some onions, some tomatoes, some Scotch bonnet pepper, garlic, some thyme, carrots, scallion, bell pepper, some pimento in here, and in here I have some black pepper, some fish seasoning, garlic powder, a little bit of salt, some paprika, onion powder, and Old Bay. And over here, guys, I have a lemon, and this is what I'll be using to clean my fish today. Okay, I'm just gonna combine all my seasonings together. Guys, now that my fish is well marinated, I'm gonna let it just sit for like a good 15 minutes. And I'm gonna just cut up the fresh vegetables and seasonings I need for my gravy. Okay guys, now I'm heating up my pan. I'm gonna add my oil, burn my pepper, and start frying my fish. So now that my pan is heated, I'm just gonna pour some oil, just enough to fry it so it could cover on both sides. And guys, me dropping the pepper in it is gonna help me to tell me when the oil is ready. So when the pepper burns on both sides, that's when the oil is ready, because if your oil is cold, your fish will stick. Any meat, if your oil is cold, your fish will stick and you're gonna ruin that beautiful fish. Okay guys, my oil is ready, and I'm gonna just put the fish in the oil. Don't burn yourself. For the brown stew fish, Guys, so you see my fish is able to move around because the oil is hot. If the oil wasn't hot, it would be sticking, and that's not what you want. So I'm just gonna let this brown on one side and then we're gonna flip it. Okay guys, so after 10 minutes you can turn your fish because you see it has that golden brown color and your fish is intact. See, your fish is intact. And you just turn your fish on the other side. You don't want to overcook your fish either because it's gonna be dry. And just let this cook for another 10 minutes and then we'll be right back. Okay guys, so another 10 minutes have passed and I'm just gonna remove the fish from the oil. And here is the fish after it's been fried. Okay guys, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take out this pepper because once the sauce starts to boil, I don't want the pepper to, you know, the heat from the pepper to get into the sauce. And then what I'm gonna do now guys is I'm gonna pour off some of this oil because we're gonna use the same oil to make the gravy for the fish or the sauce for the fish. So I'm gonna pour off majority of this oil guys and then we'll be right back. And guys, all you need is this much oil, not much, to marinate your seasonings in. Okay guys, and now that your oil is hot, you can pour all your fresh seasonings in. And you're gonna just saute this guys. Listen, when I was growing up, every Friday was brown stew fish and turned cornmeal. I remember guys, that was just delicious growing up. So guys, this I forgot to tell you, I'll be serving this brown stew fish with some turned cornmeal on the side, but you gotta stay tuned for part 2 to see how I do the turned cornmeal guys. As they call it in America, polenta. That's what they call it. We say turned cornmeal. So I'm just gonna let that saute. And guys, once your onions become limp and transparent, you're gonna add a little bit of warm water, not cold water, because you're gonna change the temperature of the seasoning. So you're gonna add a A little bit of warm water because you're gonna try to make that sauce for the fish. Don't worry about how it looks right now. Just add the water and bring it to a boil. So what I'm gonna do now, guys, is I'm gonna cover this up and let it come to a boil, and then we'll be right back. Okay, guys, and now that this has come to a boil, you're still gonna season up that sauce, guys. So you're gonna use a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of salt, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, paprika, fish season, like a tablespoon. I would say like a teaspoon of each. And guys, remember that we already seasoned the fish before we fried it, so all that seasoning is gonna come off in the sauce. Okay, guys, so once I've added a teaspoon of each of the seasonings, I'm gonna just add some ketchup, guys. That's 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, I would say like 3 tablespoons of ketchup. Because we're trying to build that sauce, you know? So far I've added 5 tablespoons of ketchup. What I like to do, guys, to help with the color, I like to add just a little bit of soy sauce. And be careful because you know the soy sauce is salty, just for the color and just a little bit of added flavor, you know? I would say like a tablespoon. And then, guys, what I like to do is just add a little bit of sugar, not much, because it contributes to the taste of the gravy, you know, or the sauce, whichever you'd like to call it. Guys, I'm just gonna add some butter, like a tablespoon of butter, because that will also improve the taste of the fish and the sauce. So once that melts out, we're gonna just add our fish. Okay, guys, what I'm gonna do now is add my fish to the sauce. And guys, by adding the fish to the sauce, it's gonna help to thicken up this gravy a lot. It's gonna do the work on its own. It's gonna give it such a beautiful color, a delicious taste, and the aroma to die for. So what I'm gonna do now, guys, I'm gonna just cover this for a little bit, turn down the stove on low, it was on high before, and just let it simmer down and cook in its own sauce. Okay, guys, so my brown stew fish was simmering for a while, and this is what it looked like. You see that beautiful color, guys? Brown stew fish in the Jamaican taste buds kitchen. Guys, look at that beautiful fish right there. I wish you were here to like taste the gravy and just smell the fish overall. I'm telling you, coming from the Jamaican taste buds kitchen, can't ramp with me now when it comes to the kitchen, you know. All right, boom. Guys, so this is the finished product on my delicious brown stew fish. It has such a great aroma coming from the dish, and it's so delicious, guys. So you know what time it is. It's time for the taste test. 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 You know I had to do it. So guys, here we go. We're gonna try the fish, and this is the snapper, guys. You know what? This is the snapper, guys. So I'm gonna try some of the fish for you. Full of flavor as I expected, because I made it. And the polenta, otherwise known as turned cornmeal. Guys, I swear, polenta is always good for me. Turned cornmeal, always so delicious. You can't go wrong. It's so easy, but it's delicious, guys. With some vegetables, guys, and I paired it with some buttery garlic parmesan sauteed vegetables. And last but not least, my avocado. So guys, delicious, divine, divine, divine. So guys, please try this dish and let me know what you think. It's very easy. Guys, as my granny used to say, I saw food for taste.